Welcome in episode number 2, Project Management Application. In today's lesson, we are going to have more understanding in more detailed way about project management application. And we are going to discuss about two major agendas, two major life cycles of project management. Well, getting into the more detail of today's video, I would request you people to subscribe this channel, and moreover, this channel is going to bring complete series of this project management application fundamentals and many more concepts which are very much important for you people to understand if you want to join your career as a project management professional in construction industry, oil and gas industry, or any other industry. Well, my name is Engineer Waqas Ahmed, and I have spent 15 years in the oil and gas industry and construction industry. And today's topic is very much important. I will assume you people like you are just thinking to change your job career from your existing career to the project management. So today's video is gonna play a very important role. So today we are going to talk about what is actually project management. And the project management is actually the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to get your goal or job done. For example, you have been given one assignment, you have been given one goal, you have been given one deliverable to deliver. So you are going to apply knowledge, you are going to apply your existing skills, tools, and techniques to deliver that product or that service or that task on time. That is actually project management. But let me explain these things in more detailed way. When I say knowledge, it means knowledge mean understanding of practical processes, project processes, standards, methodologies involved to execute that deliverable. Then there are many contracts are involved, industry practices needed to make informed decisions. So that is all the boundary of knowledge criteria. When we talk about skills, I will make it more simplified. Practical abilities and capabilities such as leadership, communications, problem solving, planning, and decision making, which help you to manage people and resources. And if we talk about tools, tools mean softwares like you are using Excel, you are using Word, you are using Microsoft Project, Primavera P6, and many other softwares which are going to make your data management in more easiest way. And you can compile different kind of strategies. And we talk about techniques, it means best practices available in the market. And specifically, if I'm going to talk about project management, within project management, there are many techniques like how to manage your data. Like when we are going to gather data, there are different kind of strategies. We can make their sections like WBS. We can make them in the sequence like critical path method. So these are the best techniques available in the market from the perspective of project management. So I hope now you can understand like project management definition, like it's a combination of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques, right? And this is something you have to understand, project management application, right? Now, project management can be subdivided into two sections, agile management and waterfall cycle. Yeah, okay. Like agile management, first of all, I will be getting into the detail of agile, and then we are going to talk about waterfall cycle. This is going to be very much important. And right now, I want you people to write in the comment section area that in which section, after having the complete knowledge of agile, once it's done, like at the end of this video, I want you people to write in the comment section area in your organization which cycle of project management is working, which framework you people are actually following. So this is very important to write in the comment section area. And moreover, I will be continuously upgrading the content with upcoming videos in this playlist series. So your comments are going to play a very, very important role. At the same times, I just make sure these are not only the videos, these are practical exposures. If you will continue to watch them, you want to make your own notes, you want to add daily basis one simple new thing in your knowledge, by the end of this playlist series, I am going to give you guarantee that these things are going to add a valuable information, knowledge, and skill in your profile. So let's talk about agile. So when we talk about agile, so first I just deliver you the concept Like when we talk about agile uses the concept of MVP, minimum viable product. Like it's actually the simplest usable version of the product that delivers core value with minimum effort. First of all, we just understand that is how this is gonna work out, but it is released early to collect user feedback. Actually, this agile is more relevant to customer oriented management. We take the requirements. Actually, this agile is most customer oriented management. We are going to take requirements from customer and then we are going to implement them. At every single stage, we are going to define those milestones and we are going to take feedback from the client. So that is more easy to explain in this slide. See, and these bigger tasks will be broken down into smaller tasks to which we call sprints. And within first sprint, let me talk about this one. We are going to compile this task sprint one through these activities. Like we are going to use collect the requirements, then we are getting into the execution review, and then we will release that one, right? So sprint one is ended, it's completed. Now we will get back to the customer will give us the feedback, is it acceptable or not, as per that criteria which we have already mentioned in our contract. So then we will move to the next sprint, right? Sprint 2 actually, then sprint 3, and then sprint 4. That is how we are going to go through different kind of sprints. Here are the activities or tasks. This is as per the agile management methodology, right? And this, in this framework, to which we call agile management, we give extra value to the customer requirements. At every single stage, we have to get the feedback. If customer is okay, satisfied, then we are going to proceed, right? So into the next slide, I'm going to share with you people that the cycle of agile. First of all, the concept idea is there, which will be coined by the customer or something like that, right? Then we are going to use the data. We are going to prepare one backlog like documentations through different kind of user stories, and we will give them priority numbering, like which one is the most priority one, right? To that task. Then we are going to plan that task, how we are going to execute this task. And then of course we are going to implement that execution. And there are daily stand-ups, like we are going to make meetings. In those meetings we are going to talk about the next steps and lesson learns and all that, and progress as well. And after every single sprint we are going to review it, like what was feedback, demo to stakeholders, and then simply sprint retrospectives like lesson learns, improvement. So these are simple life cycle of agile management, right? And then finally, if that product is viable, is usable, we are going to release it to the customer and get the feedback. Now I'm going to share with you people in our engineering industry, like there are shutdown industry, maintenance industry, turnaround industry, in which you can see different kind of fertilizers, you can see different kind of refineries, oil and gas product units. Agile management will be implementable on the shutdown cycle. So concept is shutdown need identified in a plant, fertilizer, refinery. Example, heat exchanger fouling detected, shutdown required. The idea is already there. Now we are going to make backlog creation, like we are going to create work orders, right? And then example, pump overhauling, valve replacement, multiple task has been identified, right, over the period of this timeline of operation and maintenance. And we are going to gather our data. Backlog creation is there. Then sprint planning, short term windows, like we are going to check out with our team operation, maintenance, reliability, land inventory, warehouse people, planning people, that if we need to partially stop this operation for next 15 days, for 5 days, for 10 days, because these things need to make maintenance, right? So like it may be 1 day, 3 days, 7 days. It depends on the critical nature of that maintenance required one. Then sprint execution. We are going to, we have already planned about our maintenance people. Our complete plan is ready. Now we are going to start execution, right? and then there is daily stand up. Right after 6 hours we are going to make a meeting, what went wrong, what was good, now how we have to manage our way forward. Then see about the safety jobs and all that. Then there is sprint review, progress, reprioritization. Of course, during that maintenance, if something is much more needed which was not mentioned in the plan, now we have to reprioritize it. So that is sprint review. Then sprint retrospective to collect our lesson learns. And then finally we have to add the increment delivery. We have to start up it again to the original state, like operational side. So that is delivery side. So that is how this agile is mostly applicable in website developments, in our applications, in AI, in such kind of things where day to day requirements are very important to check out what are the given instructions and what we are producing. So every single stage we are going to set up the checking point, so that we should make it sure that we are delivering the exact thing what we were supposed to hire, right? So in shutdown industry, in engineering industry, same agile have too much big application. Now we are going to start understanding project management life cycle for waterfall cycle, right? And this waterfall cycle is used in our construction industry, oil and gas industry, like road construction projects, piping projects, and building construction projects, infrastructure industry, solar energy projects, right? So let's start understanding this life cycle. So this project management life cycle will be subdivided into 5 process groups: initiate phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring control, and closing phase. So let's talk about these phases in the more detailed way. So when we talk about initiate phase, like our project, you can just imagine your road construction projects, your buildings, your pipeline construction projects, right? So once that project is on the table, so first of all, the proposal is on the table. So as soon as this proposal is on that table, the initiate phase is already started. So the relevant teams, right, they are going to hire consultants to compile these reports, to which we call feasibility report. When I talk about feasibility, they are going to evaluate business value about that project. Business value, they are going to prepare business case studies, they are going to make market analysis about that project, and technical analysis about that project as well. So there are certain templates available about that one. That is one of the template you can see: case study, market demand analysis, site selection, technical feasibility, financial feasibility, regulatory and legal analysis, right? So this is actually feasibility study. And when we are done with those facts and figures, like yes, this project is going to get us more benefits, it is in demand, it is our need of the time, right? Then we are going to pass that feasibility, and ultimately we are going to move on to issue project charter. Now a project charter is a document that officially authorizes a project and gives the project manager the authority to use organizational resources to achieve project objectives. It defines the project purpose, objectives, high level scope, key stakeholders, risk, assumptions, and success criteria, serving as the foundation for all planning and execution activities. So, right after this project charter, the next thing is to prepare the design of that product, like building construction drawings, piping construction drawings, isometric drawings, fabricational drawings, right? So, within this design, you are going to complete your design. Right after that one, bidding or tendering stage will be there, right? You are going to look after or look forward for the third party, a contractor party, who is going to practically execute that work. So that is tendering stage. Now with all these 3 major milestones, your initiate phase will be done. The next phase or process group is planning phase. Within this planning phase, you are going to focus on to prepare your project schedule. This project schedule is totally integrated, that what you have to deliver, your complete scope management, and in how much time you are supposed to deliver that project: 1 year, 2 years, and how you are going to implement your project management. And then your cost management. Let's suppose your project is estimated cost is $1 million. How you are going to split that cost among different kind of tasks, deliverables, and work packages. Resource management, how you are going to manage your resources. When I say resources, there are materials, machinery, and manpowers. how you are going to make balance between availability of resources and requirement to complete those tasks in time. And then there is another process group to which we call execution phase. Execution is the practical version, like you are going to practically mobilize on the site area, you are going to mobilize your site staff, your machinery, material, you are going to set up their temporary facilities, and practically you are going to follow up that project schedule and as per the instructions, to follow the time management, to follow the cost management, to follow the resource management, and you are going to start your work on the site area. Now, during this execution phase, another phase will be started, to which we call monitoring phase or controlling phase. Both phases are parallel to each other, because in execution phase you are practically doing your work and as per your project schedule, but in monitoring you are going to make reporting, daily progress reports about your project, how much work has been done, in how much time it has been completed, how much cost it has incurred to complete that task, and how many resource units has been utilized to complete that work. That was planned, and now here you are actually documenting, or you are reporting from the site as per the real scenario, right? So that is your monitoring phase. Right after this monitoring phase, there will be your closing phase. In this closing phase, you are supposed to hand over project if project is 100% completed, right? You are going to fulfill the contractual milestones, contractual liabilities, and hand over your project to the client as per the contract obligations, and demobilize to the site, to your office for the next new assignment. So this is waterfall cycle for all those projects like your construction, infrastructure, pipeline, oil and gas, which are taking start from design or challenging phase to till the delivery. It is another side of engineering where we are following waterfall cycle of project management. Now take a look on these both cycles. Like there is agile, there is waterfall. If we talk about approach, agile is iterative, incremental development. Iterative mean we are going to add value in every single stage. And incremental development, like first we are going to deliver 30%, then 40%, then 50%, but every single stage we are going to check it's as per the requirement. But when we talk about waterfall, this is linear. This is something is already planned, and we are going to follow that plan step by step. Here, plans will be followed sprint wise. The next plan is not final yet until unless the initial 10% is completed. The next plan will be released once 10% is completed, and then, but here 100% plan is there. We have to, all of a, for a once, we have to follow that plan, right? And then there is flexibility. If we talk about agile, agile can accommodate high changes, right? Higher level flexibility is there. Okay. But if we talk about waterfall, there is very low flexibility. Work should be very much well defined in very early stage, right? So waterfall is accommodating flexibility at very low ranges, right? So then next, delivery. Within agile there are small releases, like frequent small releases. We are going to release that product with 40%, 50%, like this way. But in waterfall, all for a once, one final delivery. If refinery is there, we need EPC model. We have to ask contractor to complete design, then procurement, then construction, and finally deliver that refinery when it is ready to go. And when we talk about client involvement, yes, in agile, continuous involvement by client or customer. They are going to give us the feedback at every single stage. But in waterfall, it depends on the project nature. But yes, that is less than the agile. When we talk about best suited for, so agile is best industry is maintenance industry, AI industry, website development industry, software development industry. But when we talk about waterfall, big civil projects, infrastructure projects, airport construction projects, automobile industry, and pipeline, oil and gas development field projects. So I hope you got many more amazing things. Please don't forget to update me in the comment section area about today's gains, what you got, what you took away from this our episode, in which I have explained about project management and our agile management in perspective of agile, and in which I have explained project management with the perspective of agile and waterfall. and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Let's meet in my next episode of project management application and careers. See you in my next video.